Hey guys, turn around here. All you clowns out there in the ring, turn around and take a look up here at the screen. I'm Don Carson, as you don't know me. I'm the new head of C4W, and I tell you what, we're going to run this thing. All you masked wrestlers, I don't care who you are, who you think you are, the circus is going to stop. We're going to run this the way I want to run it, or we're going to shut this down. I'm not going to have none of this, clown stuff going on. I tell you what, in fact, let me introduce you to my guys.
Boys, I don't know how many times I have to tell each and every one of you. The Marquis has always said wrestling. The circus is not in town. Bonham and Bailey is not here. The Shriners are not around. Keep looking, big boy. You'll taste it one time tonight. The Marquis says wrestling. Every one of these people paid good money to see wrestling. They didn't pay to see a clown, a rooster, some University of Tennessee reject. They want to see athletes in that ring competing, not standing out here like it's 3 rings. You've been put on notice. You do things the boss's way, or you deal with us.
Now, boys, you don't have to be up there and get all nervous, all right? These guys are not going to get you tonight. Nothing's going to happen, so just calm down. But standing there at any time that I call it, I see fit, if I'm just in a bad mood, one of these guys, all of these guys are going to get you, either one at a time, all at the time, but you got to keep looking over your shoulder because you never know when they're coming to get you.
Hello wrestling fans, welcome to the Cyberzone. Tiny Kim calling the action here. New Bern, North Carolina, Shockwave Wrestling Entertainment, and this is the debut on the Cyberzone of Jagger versus Hot Shot. You see Jagger in the black and red and Hot Shot in the green and black. And nice hip toss by Jagger on the Hot Shot. A little unfamiliar with the guys here in Shockwave, so I'm going to do the best to call the action here as we get some brand new stars here on the Cyberzone. Jagger trying to get the crowd behind him. Obvious the crowd's there for him tonight. Looks like we're going to try to get this back underway here. Collar elbow tie up. Nice low blow by Hot Shot. Trying to do the hip toss on the Jagger. Into a backslide. This match may be over before we really get started. Only a 2 count. Oh, what a clothesline. Elbow back. Jagger just seems to be right on top of the offense here tonight. Fans, you're going to be seeing a lot more of the guys from Shockwave right here on the Cyberzone coming soon as we continue to get their footage rolling in. So Jagger having Hot Shot backed up against the ropes, putting those chops right across the chest. Into the ropes. Ducking. Oh, flipped the leg out from underneath Jagger. Hot Shot taking advantage of the opponent on the mat now. Going to work on that leg. Make sure you fans check out AIWFWrestling.net's upcoming events page for more information on Shockwave Entertainment. Shockwave Wrestling Entertainment, that is, and some of their upcoming events. Shot doing the cocky, arrogant pin, not working for him right now, but referee and Hot Shot arguing. Right now, in my honest opinion, Hot Shot's giving Jagger too much time to recover from those work on the leg. The cocky pin just wasn't enough to keep Jagger down as he backs him into the corner. Chops and punches. Jagger in the opposite corner. Oh, Jagger moves out of the way. Hot Shot into the turnbuckle there. Jagger wraps him up. Quick 2 count for the sunset flip. Back to that leg. Hot Shot taking advantage of that already weak leg on Jagger. Dropping over the rope, trying to take the strength out of that leg. Fans definitely not behind Hot Shot here tonight. As he still continues to work on that leg of Jagger. I don't know if it's biting or choking there, but the referee giving him the 5 count. Hot shot going after the referee once again, taking his focus off of his opponent, not the way to wrestle. Never, always seems to backfire, so. Big overhead club on the back of Hot Shot. Oh! I think I've heard that referred to as the alley-oop. I'm not sure what Jagger calls that, but takes both men down as the referee administers the 10 count. If you haven't checked out the latest Rick Diesel show, make sure you do so just on AIWFWrestling.net. Also coming soon to Cyber Shop as new products debuting in the next month. You won't want to miss that. Right hands and a drop kick to the knee by Hot Shot, going back to work on that injured leg. Jagger back down on the mat again. As I was saying earlier, the cocky, arrogant attitude of Hot Shot really coming into play here. Slaps, the crunch, the cockiness. This may come back to bite him in the end. Jagger reverses into a, oh, what an awesome move into a suplex slash neck breaker, and that's it. Jagger has won this first match on the Cyberzone.
Heroes and Home for Wayward Villains is a comic book shop and gaming store that also features Magic the Gathering and D&D. Located at 18184 Leesville Road in Ebbington, Virginia, Secondhand Heroes is your one-stop shop for you to get your nerd on. Open 7 days a week at 11 a.m., they don't close until the dice stop rolling. They buy, sell, trade, barter, and haggle, specializing in collectible toys, both vintage and modern. Comics, Magic the Gathering, video games, console, and arcade cabinets to play, all set to free play. Host your game night with us. Monday night D&D video game competitions, and so much more. Something for the collector and gamer in us all. Call 434-317-0121 or shoot us an email with any questions to secondhandheroesva@gmail.com. Note, secondhandheroesva@gmail.com. That's 2ND, handheroesva@gmail.com. Come game with us. Tease Treats is a food truck service that operates out of Mount Airy, North Carolina. They serve decadent, delicious ice cream treats, hot dogs, chicken tenders, chicken sandwiches, nachos, funnel cakes, and so much more. They can be in multiple locations at the same time. Available for festivals, athletic tournaments, concerts, or any gathering. When it comes to delicious quality and reasonable prices, you can't go wrong with Tease Treats. You can find out more about Tease Treats at facebook.com/Tease Treats, or you can give them a call at 336-755-8204. You'll find out that Tease Treats are not only the best concessions in wrestling, but the best concessions anywhere.
All right, welcome to C4W Wrestling right here on the Cyberzone. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Rick Diesel here at the Elkin Armory this week, and we've got a great match for you. As the tournament for the C4W No Limits title will begin right here on the Cyberzone. First up, we've got the Iceman Chris Severn making his way to the ring, and we are bringing back the No Limits title, and it's going to be the premier title here in C4W. And this tournament will determine who the brand new No Limits champion is going to be. Chris Severn in the ring waiting on his opponent, referee Smiley officiating this week.
He hails from Charlotte, North Carolina, the Iceman, Chris Severn.
way to the ring. Here comes his opponent. There he is, the Anarchy Kid. Anarchy Kid was allowed to be in this tournament. The C4W and Anarchy Pro had a little sit-down meeting, and Lonnie from over to Anarchy and Dangerous Don Carson decided to let Anarchy Kid be in this No Limits title tournament right here on C4W Pro Wrestling. Interesting note about Chris Wyndham now, as you may know, he is a title holder over in SCWA. He's holding, I think it's the Southern States title. I'm not sure. I don't have it in my notes here of what title he's holding over at SCWA. But he is also a top contender along with his partner Vice over in ZCW for the ZCW tag titles, currently held by Buggy Boy and Kitty. Anarchy Kid playing with Smiley there a little bit. Ring the bell, and we are underway. The very first match for the C4W No Limits title. Right here on the Cyberzone this week on AIWFWrestling.net. He's being matched up pretty good size-wise. Anarchy Kid loses his hat right off the start. Sometimes I can't help but think, and as many of you may know by now, I have stepped away. I'm sure this is the first episode where it's come out. I have stepped away from hosting duties of the Cyberzone. Chris Wyndham taking a break outside the ring, catching his composure there. But I have took a break away from the Cyberzone hosting duties. I don't know if they'll bring another one back or if they'll just keep it kind of the way it is. But I have decided that hosting a Cyberzone is just not for me. I'm sure they're going to be looking for another host because, as you may know, or they may or may not put it up on the website now, but the AIWF is looking for people to help with some of the duties with the growing of the AIWF as far as running cameras, and they're also looking for some commentators. So, I mean, there's no sense Rick Dizzle sitting here all by himself, and Matt Carter will be coming back from the Philippines before long, and I'm sure he'll be back. Oh, nice arm drag by the Anarchy Kid. Couple of them since Chris Wyndham right back out of the ring. But as you may know, Matt Carter's going to be coming back in the very near future from the Philippines, and he'll be taking back over some of the commentary duties, but we are looking for some people to help with this. Anarchy Kid having a little fun with Chris Wyndham there. But, so I'll step away from the hosting duties of the Cyberzone side. To be honest with you, they wanted me to be unbiased, and Anarchy Kid. Oh, Chris Wyndham caught him right in mid-leap. That's one thing about Chris Wyndham. He has a lot more experience than Anarchy Kid. And it's going to show in this match if you just keep an eye on it. But as I was saying, I stepped away because they just wanted me to be a little unbiased. I couldn't do it because I'll be honest with you. One thing that I've noticed, anytime you watch pro wrestling, you always have that one commentator that constantly takes up for these fan favorites, no matter what they say or what they do. They're always in the right, and that's just not me. I mean, I think it's about time that somebody steps up and takes up for these guys like Chris Severn and J.D. Anderson and some of those guys, Chuck King, Big Daddy Edwards, just some of these poor guys who goes out here, and I'm sure they come into the business, much like Chris Severn come into the business. I'm sure he wanted to be loved by the fans, and he wanted to do everything right by the book. But, sometimes people just push these guys to nice moonsault move off the second rope there by Chris Severn. A lot of these guys are pushed into this. I mean, the fans don't take up to them, warm up to them like they should, and the promoters stick them in bad situations, and the guys just end up having to, I'll just be honest with you, they have to end up cheating to get what they want in this business, and to me it's sad. I wish it didn't have to be like that. But Chris Severn is a prime example. Great talent, great young wrestler, and he just decided that it's time to step away from these worrying about what these fans think all the time and win some titles. Now look at him. He's got a title in SCWA. He's a top contender for the tag titles in ZCW. He is in the tournament. There's only 4 men in this tournament. He was picked as one of those 4 to be in this tournament for the No Limits title here in C4W. And he has to do things like he's doing right now, because that's what's helped him get ahead, because the fans are not going to get behind him. I don't think they will. He has his fans, don't get me wrong. He does have his fans, but for the most part, people, they just don't like the guy. And there's no sense in him continuing to try to please people who just don't care. Nice whipping look. Oh, no, I'll give Anarchy Kid credit there. It's a nice sunset flip. Chris Wimp kicks out and it gives him right. See, now that boot to the face right there was something that Chris Severn, he knew what to do right there. And Anarchy Kid just walked right. Anarchy Kid's young. He's young. I'm sure he's got a bright future in this business. It's just not his time. I think when he got picked to be over in Anarchy, it might have been a mistake. But you know, if you're gonna have a name like Anarchy Kid, what do you expect? I'm sure there was some wheeling and dealing on that draft day between Lonnie and Don Carson and Tiny Tim. Oh, see, now there's Anarchy Kid right there. Tried to get out of the way of that kick that was obviously coming from Chris Severn. What happens? He puts himself right into an even worse situation. Chris Severn looks like he's going for that figure 4 leg lock, and he's got that locked in. That could be it. Smiley making a count, only a 2 count right there as Anarchy Kid kicks out. This right here is not really a move that you are actually trying to pin somebody with. You're more or less trying to make them submit. And Chris Severn, he loves for people to submit to him. That's why he's so brutal in the ring, like right there with those hard forearms to the side of the head while applying a figure 4 leg lock. Now, if Anarchy Kid can get this turned over right here, reverse that pressure on Chris Windham, and he does. Now that the whole thing is turned, and Chris Severn, that's the one thing about the figure 4. Great move that was brought to prominence by the Nature Boy Ric Flair, but it's like a lot of great moves in this business. It has its counters. The figure 4 leg lock, believe it or not, as devastating as it is, the counter to that move is just as devastating. Chris Windham now driving those hard knees. Now that's another thing that he's well known for, is those vicious knees that he'll drop into the forehead of a wrestler. And then the double tier moonsault. Oh, he misses that one. Once again, great move, devastating counter. Somebody can get out of the way, then that right there could mean the end for Chris Severn. Both men are down now. Smiley making that count. And as many of you may know, this tournament for the C4W No Limits title, many of you may remember that No Limits title from not too long ago when the AIWF had it as a more of a high flyer type title, and then it was kind of morphed into a anything goes type title, where hardcore wrestlers or high flying wrestlers, technical wrestlers, either one could have it, and then it just kind of got stale, so the AIWF decided to shelve it for a while, and now they've brought it back as the premier title here in C4W, which I really think that it's going to. I think that No Limits title will thrive here in C4W with if it's really kind of hard to say what Don Carson has planned for this company, because as many people may have known Don Carson for the 12 to 15 years he's been with the AIWF. I think it's been like 15 years he's been with the AIWF. Oh, what? Stephen Hayes coming out and dropping the Anarchy Kid on the back of his neck from that. Chris Windham dropping the Anarchy Kid again on the back of his head. Now Chris Windham's setting up for what could be the finish of this match. Stephen Hayes putting his input in. Now, these old school guys have made damn sure that they're going to have their notice. They're going to be noticed. Don Carson's brought these guys in for a reason, and that is that reason right there. Chris Windham winning his match against Anarchy Kid in the first round of this C4W No Limits title tournament, along with the help of Stephen Hayes, and one of the old school guys that Don Carson brought out earlier in this program. So there you have it. Welcome. Thanks so much for being with us here on the Cyberzone this week. We'll see you next time. This is Rick Diesel for C4W Wrestling and the Cyberzone right here on AIWFWrestling.net. Your winner, Chris.